Welcome to Chug, Natter podcast. We got St. Matthews back, episode 2. How you feeling?
Feeling real good, but how you doing?
Man, just chilling, man. Just chilling. Glad to have you back.
Hey, man.
Yes, sir, man. Let's get straight into it,
Let's
man.
rock. Let's rock.
I see LeBron lost Wednesday to the Timberwolves, and I
hmm
put them out the playoffs, man. I don't know how that make you feel.
I mean, he lost. He needed help, but all the greats needed help. So he needed help, and he's 40. He tried. He did his best. I salute to him. I'm not mad.
All right, for sure, for sure. Man, a lot of people going crazy, like, man, they thinking LeBron's about to retire and this and that. How much longer did you personally think he got in the league? Because LeBron like 40 years old
Yeah,
now.
he's 40.
Yeah, he played 22 seasons.
21 right now.
21.
No,
Yeah,
22. I think 22, 22nd right now.
yeah,
You
for
might be right.
sure. How much you think he got left in him, man? Because that's a lot of
One,
work.
one more year. I mean, he can pull out 2 more years, but I think Bron got a good, strong one more. He's still a top 5 player in the NBA right now in the league. I mean, why not come back? All the greats come back.
Yeah, well, right now the Lakers is offering him if he played one more season, 52.6 million.
Player option. You're right. He has a
Yeah,
player
he
option.
got by June 29th to make a decision or be a free agent.
He's gonna come back to LA. He's
You think
coming
he'll
back to
go
LA.
back to LA?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
think he can get them a ring?
I think Luca and him can get them a ring.
Yeah, them together.
Yeah, yeah. And they need a better supporting cast. JJ Reddy got to play the guys a little more.
So,
The
what you
bench.
think they could do to better the team?
Get a big man. Get a little more depth. I think we need like one more shooter.
Mm.
Give Bron one more shooter. Give Luca one more shooter. Get a good solid big man. A nice center. We need a good center. And that's really about it. Our depth is pretty decent. I think we can still make a run next year.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Since we're on the topic of LeBron and the Lakers, his son playing Bronny James.
Yeah.
How you think his career, because he's under contract for like 2 more seasons,
Mm.
how you think his career will be in 2 years from now? Because
I think. Go ahead.
no, I never watched him before.
I
So
think Bron is going to be a solid player. I think he's going to be a solid
yeah,
two-way player in the NBA.
how you think like compared to LeBron?
Nobody's going to be. I mean, you can't be like his daddy.
What about
He's going to be good though. He's going to be a good solid two-way player. But that's high expectations. Be like the top two, maybe top one in my opinion, greatest player of all time. That's hard to do that.
for sure, for sure. So what about Bryce?
We're gonna see. I think Bryce gonna come in and do what he do, but we're gonna see.
You think he got Bronny?
Hey brothers, I mean, I think he's gonna have to. I think he's gonna come in the league trying to show something because his brother in the league.
Yeah,
You always gotta updo your brother. He's the oldest, so the little bro's gonna have to do that. That's what they do.
yeah. I'm saying though, Bryce and Bronny had a one-on-one, man. Who you think they're gonna take it, man?
I mean, Bryce got height. Barney can score, so I'm gonna just give it to Bryce because of height. Bryce got a little bit of everything.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
I mean, like I said, I never watched Bryce either, but I hear a lot of good things about him, man.
yeah. Man, be rumbling out there. I like him.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. But we gonna switch the topics, man. We gonna really get into some fitness, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I see that
Amen.
you're in shape, you're doing your thing,
I mean, hey.
I don't know how long were you on like your fitness journey? How long were you working out, like doing your thing?
Right now, it's been like 4 or 5 years. I've dealt with a lot of like little tweaks and injuries and stuff like that. Like I'm just coming off an injury, 2 months, so I'm really getting back into the gym and really going back steady, heavily. Transformation is good. My journey, I like my fitness journey. Been a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah, but what got you into this journey? Like, what made you want to?
Oh man, just honestly, man, waking up one day, really couldn't breathe that good.
So you were overweight?
Yeah, of course. I was overweight. I think I was like 250. Yeah, I was 250.
And how tall are you?
6 foot.
6 foot?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm 6 foot.
All right.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot. I'm 207 now.
All right, all right.
You know what I'm saying? Just losing weight. I'm about to get the physique back right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure, for
You
sure.
feel me?
Summertime coming up.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
So how many times do you hit the gym per week, man?
I go 4. I go a solid 4 times. Sometimes I might double up. I do the moving business for a living. So, try not to overdo my body, but a good solid 4 times. Some days I double up on it. It's really about eating healthy also.
Oh, for sure, for sure. What do you include in your diet?
I eat some red meat. I eat red meat a little bit, a little steak here and there. Just the protein. Chicken, salmon, A lot of vegetables and fruit,
For sure.
water, alkaline.
Oh, for sure, for sure. You got to keep it
A
healthy,
little bit,
man.
everything is organic.
So,
Fruit
hey,
organic, the meat be organic, grass fed, everything be organic. Hey,
hey, that's the best way to go, man.
amen, amen.
For sure. So basically, the way you eat, it affects you, especially in the gym when you're trying to achieve a goal or maybe weight loss.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So with you eating healthy and working out, how many times a day do you recommend somebody who's like trying to lose weight? How much times a day do you recommend them to eat, and how far apart in
Mm.
time should they eat from each other?
I mean, I think it really matters on the individual. You know,
Okay.
I personally, me, I probably eat twice. You know, breakfast, might skip lunch and then dinner. But if I do lunch, that's a salad. If I do breakfast, I might do some boiled eggs. I do dinner, it's pretty decent sized dinner, because I lift weights and got to put some of that nutrients back to what I lost through the day. But anybody else is really about, what works for you. Be honest with you. I recommend, if you want to gain muscle, eat. To bulk up, eat. Don't deprive your body. But if you want to, lose some weight, body mass, water weight, a little bit of fasting, treadmill, you know,
Also a little
water.
intermittent fasting.
Yeah, yeah, water, fasting,
But if you're trying to bulk up, would you eat like two solid meals a day, like two big
When I was
meals, or
bulking up, man, I was eating over like 2,500 calories a day. So
dang,
I was eating like two solid meals, but I bulked up and I lifted heavy.
for
You
sure.
know, I don't recommend everybody to do that. Do what works for you,
Yeah.
But that's what I was doing.
All
And it
right.
worked for me.
All right, for sure, for sure. Um, what's the best workouts to do just to get yourself in fit
Amen.
between cardio or weights?
I like weights. I like free weights. Cardio is good for your heart.
For
So
sure.
I always recommend somebody to do cardio because cardio is good for your heart. Hit that treadmill, cycle, hit them stairs, ladies. Get them glutes right. You know, I always recommend somebody do cardio. If you want a heavy lift, heavy lift. Get some muscle, put some mass on your chest. Doing push-ups and crunches. I forgot what it's called. Calisthenics.
Calisthenics.
Doing, at home workout is good too. Putting, push-ups, crunches, physical stuff that you can do with your body is also good for you also.
For sure. So when you're
Facts.
working out, like how long do you hit the gym for? Like how long are you in the gym when you do go?
45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
Really 45 minimum hour. You got to do the stretching, cool down. So about 45 minutes an hour. Yeah, that's, about right.
All right, and before you go to the gym, right? Do you like eat a solid meal before and after the gym, or you eat light before the gym? Like how you do it?
If I eat, I eat after the gym. But like I said, if I do breakfast, I know that can kind of hold me over till I work out that night. But I always recommend somebody to, if you're gonna eat before the gym, eat like an hour, 2 hours beforehand, before going to work out. Eat after the gym, eat immediately, or at least an hour to an hour and a half in between that. You got to eat kind of in that time frame after working out.
And what would happen if you didn't eat after that
I mean, your
workout?
body's gonna feel deprived. It's gonna eat at the first of the muscles and the tissue.
Mm,
You're not gonna really gain muscle. You're gonna lose weight. You're gonna feel weak.
mm,
You're gonna be weak. You gotta eat.
oh, for
I've been
sure.
thoo all this, so you learn.
So you know from
Yeah, you
experience.
learn. Yeah, your experience, man. You learn.
Okay, well, tell me this: if I'm trying to bulk up, right? Get a little. I would have to lift weights, or would like cardio help me get bulky? Like,
Um, from my experience, lifting weights get your bulk up. Eating, get a solid meal. A lot of people do protein. I don't recommend protein. You can get nutrients and the protein from food. You
and so
know,
you don't recommend protein
shake.
shakes and
Now, I mean, if
drinks.
you're gonna do a shake, get a nice little smoothie. A smoothie shake. Something a fresh juice shake.
Yeah,
Something like that. But if you're bulking up in the gym, I say hit the weights, but know your limit. Don't go in there and try to kill yourself. Go on YouTube, learn. You know what I'm saying? Go to somebody who knows is experiencing this. Learn it. Go to YouTube. I did a lot of studying from YouTube. I learned a lot of different people. I studied a lot of different people to
so
learn
basically,
stuff.
being in fit, being in shape, eating healthy, and working out goes hand in hand.
Of course, it works on you mentally. It works on you spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Your outer appearance looks better. So everything it all works out. Your aura is different. You come off a little different. You're just shining and glowing. You feel me? You know.
So when you leave the gym, do you feel like accomplished for the day? Put you in a better mood?
Yeah,
Like,
of course. That dopamine that I wanted for the day.
Okay.
That's my dopamine. Yeah.
And what's dopamine?
Ooh, dopamine is basically. I can give you an example because right now I'm kind of. But be honest, the dopamine is like a rush. You know, you can get that from certain things. Some people like to do drugs and get a dopamine. Some people like to drink. Some people like to have sex and get a dopamine. Dopamine is your brain letting you know, like, you need something. So if I got an urge, if I want to be honest, if I want to have sex, I'm like, I'm kind of trying to fall back a little bit, hold that thing back a little bit. I go work out. You feel me? If I smoke a little, if somebody want to smoke, I recommend if you want to quit smoking weed or cigarettes, you get that urge, go work out, go outside, get your fresh air, walk around. The dopamine, it kicks in and you're going to feel much better about yourself.
I mean, have you ever smoked cigarettes or tobacco
Oh
products?
God, I used to smoke cigarettes I'm 34 now. I smoked cigarettes in my 20s, like early 20s.
Yeah.
I cut them out cold
a
turkey.
pack a day.
A pack a day.
Yeah,
It was disgusting.
yeah.
Oh God, it was disgusting, my guy. It was disgusting. I just quit. I woke up one morning when I was spitting up black tar. I quit immediately. I just stopped smoking cigarettes.
So what would you recommend for somebody who smokes a pack a day, but they really know it's bad for them and they want to get off it? Everybody can't quit cold turkey like you.
Yeah.
What do you recommend somebody do, like just to try to ease it away and fall back from it?
Whatever works for you. I recommend personally eating healthy. Wean yourself off of it. I can tell you quit cold turkey, but that doesn't work for everybody. Wean yourself off of it. Find other alternative and other avenues to go through. If you like to go work out, work out. If you like fishing, go fishing. Do stuff that changes your mind and changes your mind off of the cigarettes and wanting the urge to smoke.
Sure.
Vice versa with any addiction really, whether it be drugs, alcohol, women, anything.
Yeah, for sure. Women are addiction too.
Very much so.
All right. Tell me this: would it be harmful for your body? Let's say you was to hit the gym every single day for an hour every day. Would that be harmful to the body?
Yeah, no. If you trained your body to do that, then no. But if you just kind of freshly starting out, I wouldn't recommend going every day lifting heavy. There's nothing wrong with going every day, but do light stuff. Gather yourself, get there first. There's a lot of people who worked out since they was in high school, middle school. So they in that, they used to that. Athletes are used to that. You know what I'm saying? But then sometimes they do give their body rest. Your body always, your physical, you need rest. Because physically, if you're worn down, you'll begin to get worn down mentally.
No, for
That's
sure.
a fact.
For sure.
That's a fact.
So somebody that's working out, hitting the gym 4 times a week, what supplements would you recommend them use? And like, what do you use?
Supplements?
Yeah.
I don't use supplements.
All natural.
All natural.
So you recommend just go all natural?
Yeah, everything is fresh. I don't use supplements.
I'm watching a lot of people like
There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with them, but yeah. I personally don't use them.
Okay, because like I said, I watch artists like Gunna. He just did a big transformation when he got out of jail or whatever, and now he's like super fitted. And I'm watching his stories. There's all type of supplements he's taking as he's working out, and like he's getting all cut up real fast. So I was like, dang, like, is that the better way to take, or is the natural way the better way to take?
I mean, congratulations to him on his journey. I mean, honestly, whatever works for you. You feel me? I personally don't do supplements, all natural. You know what I'm saying? But whatever works for you is what works for you.
Yeah. All right. I got another question pertaining on weight loss.
Amen.
What's a good fasting period that you would recommend somebody who's trying to lose some weight?
Facts.
Yeah.
I mean, don't be extreme. Do know your limit. Know your body. I would say, try 3-day fast first. Do 3 days.
So that's 3 days, no food, just water, or?
I mean, you can do water. You can do a water fast.
What about a salad fast?
You can do vegetable fast. I never heard of vegetable. I mean, not vegetable. You can do fruit fast. Do fruit. Eat fruit. I never heard of a vegetable fast. You feel me? But if you want to do veggies, that's fine too. Just if you want to just cut meat out, that's fine. But when you're doing fasting, really fasting is, no food, or it's no food, okay, and it's just water, and you're praying to God. That's fasting, okay. Now, if you want to do a different fast where you want to lose some weight, then you fast. Cutoff period, you don't eat after 7 to 7. But in between that, you only snacking on fruit and just water. Or you doing salad. Cut the meat out, your body will feel better.
Okay. How often do you fast?
Jeez, I haven't fasted in a while. I haven't fasted in a while. I need to get back into that because when I fast, it's more of a spiritual thing for me. It's really not to lose weight. It's a spiritual thing for me. It's to get connected to God, talk to God. I talk to God every day, but it's more of a spiritual thing for me.
And what religion are you?
I believe in God. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ.
When I say what religion are you, like, do you go by the Holy Bible, the Quran?
I go by the King James Version, the Bible.
For sure.
The Bible, yes, the King James Version.
So you definitely believe it's a higher power.
I believe in God.
Okay.
I believe in Yahweh. Yes, I believe in Yahweh.
Okay, for sure. And for those who don't know, what is Yahweh? Is that the name of God, or
God? That's
just a saying?
Hebrew. It's his Hebrew name.
That's Hebrew. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Let's get back to the working out. I want to know what's something good to eat to gain muscle.
Protein, chicken, beef, turkey's good. That's really about the three.
You don't recommend. What about pork?
I don't eat swine. You feel me? There's some people that eat swine, but I don't recommend pork. I really don't recommend red meat, to be honest with you. But that's good for bulking up. Chicken is good for you too. Chicken is really good for you. Baked chicken, real chicken.
So even if you was to eat, let's say the red meat, let's say a steak, you wouldn't recommend eating it very often, or maybe day. 2 times a week, or
I wouldn't do. Probably once every 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Once every 2 weeks. Probably.
So you don't really eat red meat often?
No, not really. I don't eat burgers. I don't eat hamburgers. If I do eat red meat, it'll be some steak. I eat tacos, so steak tacos. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
How do you like your steak cooked?
Medium well.
Medium well?
Mm-hmm. If I cook it, I cook it. But if I go to a restaurant, medium well.
What about, what's your take on like lamb?
I fuck with lamb. I like lamb. I like veal. I love that. That's good meat. I like that. Goat. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's good. That's good eating right there.
Yeah, because goat's real lean.
It's about the same as red meat. You can't eat it that much.
Yeah.
That should it cause you gout. It give you gout.
So what do you feel about seafood as far as like shrimp?
I don't eat shrimp.
Crab. Oysters.
I eat crab legs. I really don't care too much for blue crab. I'm kind of weaning off of crab legs, to be honest with you. I don't eat shrimp. I like oysters. I ain't gonna lie.
What about salmon, red snapper, bass?
I love fish. Give me any fish. Besides tilapia.
So you're a fisher?
And cod. I don't like cod. Tilapia. I don't like.
Was that sheephead?
I never had. I don't know. Just don't give me no two. I don't like that.
I feel you. Well, this gonna be a short episode today, so we gonna wrap it up. We got St. Matthews inside the building. We got more to come.
I have arrived.
We appreciate having you, St.
Matthews. To bless your camera and your mic. I appreciate you.
And man, we always have a good one every time, man.
Very smooth.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, man. All right, you be easy, man.
Amen.
Anything you want to say to the people before you get off?
Make your money. Make your money. Make your money. Believe in God. That's it. Make your money. Believe in God. Stay out the way, man. It's a crazy world we're living in.
Yeah, spend a message to the youth, man.
The youth? Shit, to the youth.
The young black man just graduating high school, surrounded by street activity.
Yeah.
What's a good message for him?
Ain't nothing. Of course, you always know it nothing in the streets. You feel me? So don't lean that way. Really listen to the OGs, the older brothers, those are ahead of you. Listen to them boys, you know what I'm saying? Listen to them men, not boys, they men. Listen to them boys because they made the mistakes. And even those who didn't make mistakes, listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to guide you the way. God always has a purpose for people's life. Don't get caught away up in music and a fantasy life that you see on TV and movies. Because that shit leads you down to death, jail. Because jail is death. Because you're dying in there. So, stay out the way. Keep your nose clean. Making money. Get you some women or a woman. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Just stay out the way, man. Just make your money, believe in God, and keep faith. That's all I got to say, man. Amen.
All right, man. That's Chug Natter. podcast. We signing out, man. St.
Hey
Matthews.
man,
Let's get it.
hey man.